Episode 5, the Kobe tribute episode. Basically, the sole reason I was doing this series. Here we go.
Oh my god, this is ridiculous. A Kobe Bryant patch autograph, number 4 of 10.
How's it going, everyone? And welcome back to my channel, Kobe Cards. Today, we are talking about episode 5 of The Last Dance, which aired this past Sunday. Episode 5 was largely deemed to be the Kobe episode, despite the fact that the full tribute to Kobe was only about 6 minutes long, and then they never spoke about him again. However, anytime Kobe is in anything, I don't care what else you put side by side to him, it's officially his. Kobe could be on a TV show for 5 seconds, walk on and off the stage, and that episode from that show is officially known from that point forward as the episode Kobe was on. They started off the show putting in loving memory of Kobe Bryant on the screen, which was nice and expected, I would have to say, for the fact that they were using Kobe in the series. It was somewhat of a minimalistic effort. It could have been cool if they put like 8 seconds or something on the screen and did a countdown before the episode, or something cooler than just putting the words there. But at the same time, it's fine that they kept it minimalistic, especially since the episode wasn't about Kobe or made for Kobe. As I mentioned, they only had him in for the first 6 minutes or so, so I did expect them to, not really have to go out of their way to make the whole thing about him, I guess. As far as my reaction goes to those 6 minutes, I will say that the vast majority of what they showed on the screen is not new content. Obviously, it can't be like net new content for the most part since Kobe isn't with us to be able to share more, but almost everything they showed in The Last Dance was footage that had already been readily and publicly available before this. It's not like we got to see any behind the scenes, never revealed footage of things, except for that one few sentences for that interview that he did. Now, granted, I'm an absolute Kobe fanatic to the point of obsession, so I can very well understand that for a lot of people, this footage could have been new and seemed like new for viewers who were seeing it for the first time. But for me, I had seen it, so it was sort of just like, rewatching a video on YouTube or something of that nature. And unfortunately for me, I'm a little bit butthurt because the part that they did show, I literally spent a week and a half making not one, not two, but 3 entire videos about the first ever All-Star Game matchup between Michael Jordan and Kobe in the 1998 NBA All-Star Game. And that's what they chose to focus their tribute on. So there's almost nothing new I can say because I already talked about that All-Star Game to the extent that ESPN and what they aired, they didn't leave me with anything net new to say. I'll literally just leave the 3 links to my own videos in the description because those videos really explain everything you need to know about the history of that game and the 1998 All-Star Game in general. Whether it being Kobe being the youngest player in NBA history to be named to the All-Star Game, as well as being a starter in that game, the fan voting that put him there, and then how the game ultimately played out with the matchup against Jordan. And it's crazy. I already talked about Kobe going at Jordan. Kobe Bryant, during the game, bodied up Michael Jordan as much as he could. He really wanted to challenge Jordan and put it all on the line for everyone to see. I already talked about, the alley-oop and the Kobe highlights, which they aired on the show. Kobe Bryant left everything out there, both offensively and defensively. He showcased a 360-degree dunk. He had an alley-oop dunk. He had a putback dunk off of a miss. He hit 2 3-pointers. He even had an around-the-back fake pass to himself into a sky hook. I already talked about Larry Bird being there as the coach of the Eastern Conference. The head coaches were George Karl of the Seattle Supersonics for the Western Conference and Larry Bird of the Indiana Pacers for the Eastern Conference. Yes, Larry Bird was a head coach in this game while he was coaching the Indiana Pacers. Notable players in the game. I talked about how they made the game out to be Kobe versus Jordan and how they were interviewing both of them all game long. All eyes were on Kobe and Jordan the entire night. Both of them were interviewed 5 times throughout the game. So I guess the only thing that really leaves me to talk about is the part where Kobe was giving his interview specifically on Jordan for The Last Dance. Now that part was the new footage. So here are the things Kobe touched on and the things that I'll react to from the interview piece of the episode. 1, Kobe versus Jordan, one-on-one, who would win? 2, would Kobe have 5 rings without Jordan? And 3, the little brother relationship that Jordan said he had with Kobe. So, number 1, Kobe said he hates being asked who would win in a one-on-one matchup between him and Jordan. And Kobe, in a very, very respectful tone, said he doesn't like being asked that question because he learned so much from Jordan, so it wouldn't be fair. However, here's where I come in. Let's be honest, he just said that because it's Jordan's documentary. The truth is, Kobe would beat Jordan one-on-one. Now, let me be very, very clear to all the Jordan fans out there who are watching this and are like rapidly going for that dislike button. What I am not claiming in this video, regardless of my beliefs, is that Kobe is the better player. I simply said in a one-on-one match, like on a court, just them, no other 4 players with them, Kobe would win. And I'll make 2 arguments for you, and this should hopefully ease those Jordan fans. 1, Kobe has never, ever lost a one-on-one match in his entire life to anyone at any age. There isn't a single player in the world who can come forward and say that they took Kobe one-on-one and won, because that does not exist. You can try to find any footage, any people coming forward, do your research, it just doesn't exist. Jordan, however, claims he has lost one-on-one matchups. Thus, I'll take Mr. Undefeated. Case number 2, Michael Jordan himself said, "No one can likely beat me one-on-one in my prime except for Kobe." So if you don't believe me, that's fine. Listen to Michael Jordan himself admit it.
If I was in my prime, who would I want to play one-on-one with? That list is very long. Yeah. I don't think I lose. Other than Kobe Bryant, because he steals all my moves.
I rest my case. Number 2, would Kobe have 5 rings without Jordan? I would say yes. The reason I say this is because I believe it was Kobe's determination to be the best, which was his driving factor of his life. If MJ was never born, Kobe would still be learning from every other player in the game, mimicking what they did well, and ultimately still striving to be better than anyone else. Whoever like the next best player in the league is, that would be now the person whose bar he's going after. Kobe would still go after and attack absolutely anyone who is deemed to be the best player at any given time in any given game. And that's where his motivation came. He just wanted to be the best. He wanted to be the best player on the floor at all times. He wanted to take down anyone who would get in his way. But I will separate these 2 things. 1, being the stealing of Jordan's moves and just his overall ability to have played at a later time in history. And then number 2, the mentorship. And that's what gets me to point number 3. What I do believe happened, genuinely, is that MJ probably did act in a lot of ways as an older brother figure for Kobe. Knowing Kobe, I'm absolutely sure he did call MJ all the time to pick his brain, especially when he needed things. Let's be honest. If other players were willing to give Kobe advice and share their secrets and tips, he'd be stupid not to siphon that information out of them, especially if they're dumb enough to give him an advantage. Kobe probably was a better player because of people like Jordan who weren't afraid to answer questions to help him out as a younger and developing player. And the best part about all of this is that Kobe took the relationship he had with Jordan and applied it to everyone in the league. Kobe loved playing with the younger players later in his career. Whether it was with Team USA, either as a captain or a leader on the team, in the All-Star games where he could play with other All-Stars from around the league, or just in the offseason helping others develop their game. One of the things that made me super happy to hear was the sheer volume of people who came forward after Kobe passed and was like, yeah, Kobe was always checking in on me and guiding me. Or, yeah, Kobe just texted me the other day and was checking in. Or, yeah, Kobe was a huge mentor for me. It came from left and right, and tons of players and just people, not even athletes, who had no idea, like I had no idea he had even interacted with these people, stepped forward and said that he helped pave their roads and their careers. It was such a beautiful thing, but also, of course, really sad. And on a different note, I was left wondering, like, how many hours does Kobe Bryant find in the day to mentor and coach so many people? The amount of people that came forward was like an unrealistically large number. But that was Kobe. And that is one of the millions of reasons why Kobe left one of the most massive impacts on the world as we know it. And there will never be another Kobe Bryant. However, if Jordan played any role in inspiring Kobe to pass it forward and to mentor others and to help develop the lives and careers of other people, well then, we appreciate you too, Michael, for what you did for Kobe. If you enjoyed this video and want to support my ongoing tribute to Kobe, I hope you consider subscribing so you can follow along as we continue our journey to remember and celebrate the life and career of Kobe Bryant. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.